Here we are, punters, for another episode of Tipster. Mick Gannon, here he is, right here to my right, shaven.
Yep, ready to go.
All go.
Yep, ready to go full winter mode. Not far away from Winter Carnival now, so we're keeping warm. Managed to get the farm shirt. It wasn't ironed, so I didn't bring that in today, but we'll save that for next month, mate. And good to see you in a T-shirt as well. So you finally read the memo. Here we are. Got the memo. No green, at least, anyway.
No, definitely don't wear a green one. No. Green's
I've made that mistake before.
Are you making election points or something? No,
okay. Certainly not.
Okay. Well, look, welcome back, folks. So obviously, the big autumn carnival is over, Mick. I have to ask you, cracking racing. I mean, I would know how to answer the highlight. I mean, what would be yours? Is that a tough question without notice? Oh
yeah, it's interesting. Like there's plenty of really good performances. I thought probably the best performance probably came out of the Champagne. I really like the 2-year-olds though. I thought there's probably, whilst the ratings of these 2-year-olds say they're not good, I think that we'll see them go on to be decent 3-year-olds. But on a personal level, I thought Mahuna in the slipper was good because it was a good result for me.
Yeah. And others in the office.
And others in the office. There you go. So yeah, no, it was really good carnival. Plenty of good results, but mate, good racing, love it. Now I'm just disappointed because we're now stuck through some average off-season racing until we get to about late August.
But you know what they say, Mick? There's a winner in every race, and that's why we're here, because we're going to talk about those who are finding winners in races more than others and at the right prices. So without any further ado, and of course we've got the SA Carnival and we've got the Brisbane Carnival.
Yep.
And we saw
plenty of racing.
Pride of Jenny just absolutely kick butts when even our master layer, Jimmy Biso had absolutely said no go.
Yeah.
And boy didn't we get some flack back in our emails for that.
Can't be right all the time, Beast.
Yeah, no, not all the time. Is it worth hanging around on Pride of Jenny?
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah. 61 kilos was it? Won by a good margin on the day.
Very good margin.
Probably struggled to be on speed and dominate. So I think the wind was playing its part. I didn't watch the meeting unfold across the day, but I just did some replays and had a look at some sectional data posts. Yeah, look, she's flying. She's back to her best. She had a big weight. She'll be going to a Doomben Cup, over 2,000 metres weight for age. You'll probably find a horse like Elias line up against her. That'll make her vulnerable when she's got a horse taking her on. So who knows where she lands. It wouldn't be a bet for me, but she could win the race. She just needs the right race shape. And, she's pretty close to back.
There we go. Pride of Jenny, look out for her. Punters, we're going to ask you, who is your Goodwood tip? Post that down below here on the YouTube page. And, we'll give you a shout out, certainly, if you get the goods. Tell us why, too. Tell us why you like it.
Kick weighted certainty. They keep telling me. There you go.
There we go. Bit of insight from Mick. Do you agree with Mick or disagree? Let us know what you think. Get involved, as Mick says. Get involved. That's what we want. This month's Tipster program, obviously we look at April. Tipster of the month overall. Geez, I tell you what, there's lots and lots of punters, tipsters on our site now. Thousands and thousands, and we're to beat top 5 now. That is a special effort.
Big effort,
very big effort. So we're going to tell you who the top 5 were. You could do a lot worse than following it, and of course we then break that down and we tell you who the top 5 media experts are. A couple of little funny things in close, so you got to hang around. Ready to go, Mick?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Tipster of the month overall, Damo. This is not just the media. This is the punters, the pros, all the tipsters that come to thegreattipoff.com. And for the month of April, Jamboree Jester RP from Queensland, won't hold that against them. Absolutely dominated proceedings, 111% profit on turnover.
Yeah, I mean, look at those numbers there. They are outstanding. To get over 100% pot from 71 tips is unheard of.
Outrageous.
$14 an average. $14 for average price for your winner is outstanding. Definitely knows what he's doing. You just come to the site, you type in, Jamboree Jester RP. I think you can just go with the Jamboree and you'll see all the Jamborees. There won't be too many. Pick him up.
Odds are, I reckon your $1.10 is no more than 2.
Yeah, wouldn't be too many. But look, finds them at all prices. $83.40 Campbell. Got to be happy with that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
love it. Hats off to you. Heath Pope in second, a man we see plenty of. TheGreatTipOff.com, South Australian analyst, who's just dominated the carnival. What a time to strike.
Yeah, look, I think our punters, listen carefully. Heath Pope, this is not a flash in the pan. He is a genuine Pro punter, this
Yeah,
guy.
he's good.
Pro.
Real good.
He just focuses on Adelaide.
Correct.
So what do you want coming into the SA Carnival? Heath
Pope
Pope,
tips.
and that's not as much to type in.
Yeah.
Pope. Heath.
Pope.
Heath. Type that in. Follow Heath. He gives you a really good package.
Yep.
He's not just giving you tips. He gives you information, tells you why he likes it. And he is on the money, this guy.
He's
and
on
it
fire.
is absolutely no surprise to see him
Yep.
as the only media expert in the top 5.
Halfway through the SA Carnival, obviously Goodwood on Saturday and a few more races ahead. So go to tipster.com, search Heath Pope, is all you got to do. In third there, Mad Unit. Damo's just saying how much he loves that name, and 82% profit on turnover, 45 tips, 11 winners, and dominating from the front has Mad Unit.
Yeah, look, the best way to talk to Mad Unit, I think, is to say, look, it's not a flash in the pan, because if you gave him $100 3 months ago,
You reckon he'd run off with it?
well, he probably would, but he'd also,
he's Mad Unit.
if he backed his, there we go, boom, boom. If he backed his bets, if he started with $100 bank, you'd be at 4,500, mate.
I reckon Mad
That is
Unit
a good number.
Mad Unit would turn 100 into like a 3-leg multi to like 10,000.
Well, that's his potential. We don't have
That's
the
what I
multis
think
on
you-
the site.
That's what I
at the
think you
moment.
do, though, just because
But
it's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We've all got a Mad Unit in our life.
We have
The Zoff there in fourth,
Yeah.
dominating proceedings with the punter symbol there. So good to see him join a nice list of, dominating tipsters in April, 65% profit on turnover.
I reckon the Zoff's a good one if you're a next to go punter, because he tips everywhere.
Yep.
And that's usually good. I mean, clearly he doesn't, have a million tips,
No.
but he tips everywhere. So he's done well.
Honkers, tipping honkers.
Honkers,
Yes.
tipping locally,
Ooh.
everywhere.
Maybe I need to
Provincial,
follow the Zoff.
country, city. So,
Yep.
if you see the Zoff and you're looking to get on internationally or wherever, he's got the goods.
Yep.
$7.40. I'm always interested to look at these average prices, Mick, for the top 5. There's really something in that. It's always a high number. Very rarely do we see someone in here with a $3 to $4 number.
Extremely.
So, value hunting is a good thing.
Yep.
The only problem with it is you've got to find them. And that's why, rather than do all the homework, like the guy to my right does, you just follow the guys who know what they're doing.
Just type in the Z. Zero
Yeah,
FF.
that's right. It's a
Yeah,
zero.
don't get that wrong.
That's a good one.
That's a zero.
The Z0 FF.
In fifth there for all the Waverley Star fans, you'd be devastated. The Bone Crusher BR, 63% profit on turnover, 53 tips. Luke has no idea who our Waverley Star and Bone Crusher
No,
are.
he wouldn't. Too
But
young.
that's okay. He's giggling himself.
What was there a better finish in a Cox Play?
Nah, don't think so. No,
1987.
The commentary made the call. I was only one, but
Yeah, there we go.
I remember it
I
vividly.
wasn't. I wasn't. I was
He's dominated proceedings, Bone Crusher BR, and with a pro symbol, obviously, as you said, to steal a term from Damon, not a flash in the pan.
Not a flash in the pan. I can still remember Bill Collins almost crying as Bone Crusher came back for the third time in the Moonee Valley Straight. But yeah, this guy's got the goods. Could be Bone Crusher-esque as a tipster. Well, look at that. No mucking around there.
The tipster of the month overall for April. Tipster of the month for the media, and well, this is April, and Heath Pope has dominated proceedings, which we just spoke on. Well done, Heath.
Good on you, Heath.
Absolutely killed it with a massive gap from 87% profit on turnover down to second, John Schnell, Sydney Morning Herald, 40% profit on turnover.
There's no end in that. Shell. That's all right.
Shell on myself at the moment.
That's all right.
No, it's very good, John Shell, not Schnell, but apologies to John Shell.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, look,
He doesn't need apologies. He's fine.
No, he's flying.
Yeah.
He's done a good job. Telegraph, he's been there. He's been in the tabloids for a while as a tipster. He took a little break
Like
and
Michael
he's back.
Clark. He's in the tabloids a lot.
Yeah, it's for a different reason.
Oh, okay.
For a different reason. But
Carlos.
remembering always with these guys like John having to tip very early to hit production deadlines. So you always got to give respect to these guys. When you see Telegraph, Herald Sun, Sydney Morning Herald next to their name, they're doing good stuff. So
Speaking
well done, John.
of tipping early, Anthony Mando in third position, 35% profit on turnover. He's a good man, Manto, and he's dominating in No surprise to see him here because he's here regularly and big carnival time, country carnival time. Wagga just passed and plenty of other big carnivals coming up in the country, and Manto just continues to dominate.
Yeah, and he loves that Riverina area, which obviously he calls that in Canberra and stuff like that. He had 5 winners at Wagga when he called. I mean, how you go? I haven't heard his calls, but it would have been interesting just to hear when he gets to the end, like just the arrogance.
A bit of emotion in his voice when he gets to the end. Nano, and so you should.
Absolutely.
Tipping the winners. In fourth there, Frankie McDonald from BetSeeker, 33% profit on turnover.
Yeah, look, we don't know too much about Frankie other than he's a bit of a veteran in the wagering industry.
Loves his NRL. There you go.
Does he?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Loves his NRL. You got a bit of insight.
Certainly do. One of the great line takers. In fifth there, Michael Manley dominating proceedings for the great tip-off. 2 great tip-off tipsters here. I would have been minus 40%, so I don't get a start. Luke would have been around the same with me as well. We both had stinkers, stunk it up. But Heath Pope, Michael Manley flying the flag, and full credit to Michael Manley. He just keeps turning out week in, week out. 32% profit on turnover. Yeah,
no, he's been going well for a while, Mike, and he's doing a great job. And you can get his comments too in a race day article on Saturday. So he's best bet and comments on that. So and that will have a link to get to his page. So if you're looking for stuff to follow, predominantly in Melbourne on Saturdays, you could do a lot worse than Michael Manley.
Certainly could. TheGreatTipOff.com, search Michael Manley, Frankie McDonald, Anthony Mountain, John Snell, Heath Pope. Get around them. You want some winners? They're the place to go.
They're the guys. All right, welcome back, punters, to that part of the program where you get free stuff. Gotta love free stuff, man.
Free stuff's good.
Free stuff's good, and that's what you're getting. Not is it free, you're getting it early. Why is it good to get it early, Mick?
Get on, better price.
Better price, there we go. And these guys are doing well, better price, all makes sense. So here we go. As we start off with Heath Pope. What have you got, Heath? Heath, as we said, he was top 5 media experts, top 5 tipsters all over, and he's got his best bet and commentary for this Saturday's races.
G'day everyone, my name's Heath Pope. For those of you that don't know, I specialise in South Australia horse racing. Off the back of a pretty good carnival so far, I've been asked to supply some tips for Goodwood Day on Saturday. First of all, the Goodwood this year, apart from Giga Kick, in my opinion, is bordering on a Group 3 race. So obviously for those that are keen to take even money, $2.20, I wouldn't talk you out of it. However, for me personally, value is the long-term strategy. So I think I've found 2 to play in my investment strategy that, in my opinion, look value. Number 11, the Western Australian Sandgroper in Generosity. That quokka form looks pretty good. For a couple of strides there, it looked like it was going to win that race. Drops 4 kilos and we're getting double figures. In my opinion, that's a good bet. Also, there's a good roughie, number 13, Prairie Flower. You're going to be getting $41, $50 about a horse that has been producing some flying final sectionals in a race with not much tempo. Might just be able to settle that a little bit closer and is worth speccing way down in the weights. Also, there's another horse in race 6, number 7, Nonconformist. We've just spoken about Giga Kick getting enormous at the weights. Well, this bloke is, it's thrown in. Basically been a victim of not winning against the elite company. Gets in and against a pretty average field. Remembering first up last campaign, it took a horse called Buckaroo to beat him. Pretty unlucky. Graham Begg doesn't travel his horses here for fun. In my opinion, around the $5 mark, it's pretty good shopping. Another good play in race 5, number 10, Pellavecchio for the Stokes stable. I didn't think he would have. I didn't think she would have been out of place in the Derby last week. 2,500 metres, I think she'll love. Again, $9 is great each way shopping. Also, let's have a nice little value play in race 1, number 2, Imposing Suspect, around $31. look at that win 3 starts ago when ran down Ghetto Superstar, who he meets here in this race. Has been totally overlooked. The last 2 starts has had no luck. $31 will get us off to a flying start. For those following these selections, good luck, and there will be plenty of more closer to Saturday. Thank you.
One of the tipsters who just missed out on the top 5 was Mitchell Hamilton. Look, he was 29% profit on turnover. So that is a very quick, very close miss, I should say. And he's got his best bet for this Saturday. What have you got for us, Mitch?
Yeah, guys, it's Mitchell Hamilton from Mediality Racing here. It's a pleasure to be invited on the show this month. Firstly, wanted to give a shout out to everyone at the Great Tip Off team. You guys do an awesome job collecting tips and holding everyone accountable. Also, it's pretty awesome at the end of a good month, and you get that tweet saying, hey, you're a top performer. So keep up the good work there, lads. Love the show. I've been in racing for over a decade now as a form analyst and providing tips for previously AAP and now Mediality. Melbourne racing is my passion, and especially maidens in Melbourne, Victoria. But now I'm starting to branch out a little bit and dip my feet into a bit of Perth, bit of New South Wales, bit of Adelaide when required around the office. I had a quick look at Melbourne this weekend. Geez, tough racing, even racing. Oh, it's winter racing, it might be half your bets time. Race 1 though, in the 2-year-old event, I'm really trusting the Pakenham form from the last start of these 2 runners. I think Rosangela, I think it is, she can turn the tables on Latin Boss for when they met last start at Pakenham. I was really keen on Rosangela that start. She will take, she was first up there on debut. Latin Boss probably a little bit more professional, a little bit more race fit. I think Rosangela can turn the tables this week with second up. She gets a good draw in Gate 1 again, and I'll be with her. I think she was $9 last time I checked. Also, in another even race, it's just trouble everywhere this weekend. But War Machine in race 8, I think everyone was, all the good judges were on board first up. Had a bit of a query at 1200 Mornington. He's run second that day, kind of passed the test for me. And second up here, 1400 meters tick. Bit of a slightly bigger track than Mornington. But yeah, he'll be getting mine on the weekend as well. Do like a couple of roughies, but look, if you want to follow those roughies, I suggest pick up your copy of one of the main mastheads this week, or even better, follow the Great Tip Off, because they will be posted up there probably Friday or Saturday morning. Good luck, punters, and hope to be back soon. Cheers, guys.
All right, punters, welcome back, and here we are for the closeout, but a couple of interesting things, so good idea to hang around.
Yep.
Of course, Mick, it's time for your mixed moral.
Yeah, no mixed moral this week.
What's that?
No mixed moral this week. There will be a mixed moral, but it won't be on this show.
Ah, okay. Where do they get it?
We can go to thegreattipoff.com, go to Sydney Best Bets. We'll be at Gosford today. So we're taking Sydney Racing up north, but no markets out yet. A little bit slow on the uptake, being a Wednesday in a slightly different setup. So the bookies are a little bit slow on the uptake, but we'll find you a winner. Don't you worry. Thegreattipoff.com, and away you go.
I'm going to invite punters to make a comment on that. What do you think about mixed moral not being available? What's the excuse? There's no markets.
Yeah.
Is that enough excuse, punters? No markets?
Makes it hard, doesn't it? Hey, you do you.
I thought you'd be so confident after reading the form's out, though.
Form's out. It's been out for about 35 minutes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, we might forgive you on this occasion, but look, if you want to give him a bash, comment down here on YouTube. Comment down here on YouTube and tell us what you think of that excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, think about John Shell. He's got, they're bloody. There's no markets out probably just coming out. He's got 2 minutes to look at them.
Maybe I don't need the markets of the guy, Damien. Maybe that's the problem.
Anyhow, punters, remember to subscribe to this show before we finish off here by just clicking the little bell down here on the YouTube page. But look, before we do sign off, Mick, I just wanted to brought to my attention that red car, been a red car?
Yeah,
car races
regularly
in the UK. They had a bit of a mascot race.
Okay,
I'm just going to show the start of it here, and I think the two sausages on the left have got a bit of a handicap, so they're off racing.
And Dean Watling.
Well, I was going to ask. I mean, imagine if this was a feature. We got all the tipsters down there at Ramwick.
A bit of a stall gift setup.
A bit of a stall gift setup. Who wins? Right. Look at old mate. Who's the hedgehog?
The hedgehog's really finished the race. The other guys haven't started. That's a complete setback.
Yeah, and then who falls over like that bloke did? Who's winning?
Oh, mate, there has to be Mark Hudger in front. I've seen.
I can't say.
And honestly, a midi of Carlton at the finish line.
Oh, I don't know if you'd agree with you after his latest injury, but I would have thought Gator, the marathon man, wouldn't he be in front?
I don't think he'd hold a candle to me.
Who's falling over at the hurdle?
Luke,
is that Louis?
Luke Hobbenessian.
What about Louis? There we go. All right. Well, that was a bit of an interesting one. That would certainly be an interesting feature at the races.
Who's Goofy, you reckon?
What's that?
Who could give Goofy to?
Oh, I don't know. But it'd be one for Peter V'landys to consider.
Yeah, Louis and Dino's still there. They haven't got a yard. Unbelievable.
There we go. Peter V'landys might consider that for an added attraction.
Well,
but
it couldn't be worse than the circus they put on last year.
What's that? Any notes you want to take there?
The barrier draw. The
barrier draw. The circus golf course. There we go.
Hard viewing.
Yeah.
Maybe it was better when you were there.
Yes, of course. Now, remember, any tips that you've seen on or heard and seen on the show, go to thegreattipoff.com to find out more about them. There's free tips at thegreattipoff.com. You can get packages, premium packages like Mick, which is like a race book, really.
Race book.
For Saturday. Come to the site. It's Australia's best resource for tips. Luke Hobbenessian, of course, who's been belting it. And there was one stage there not so long ago. Luke was number one, you're number two, past 3 months, 6 months or something, which is saying a lot. So punters, come to the site, get involved, look out for our articles. If you sign up, join the site, of course you'll get the weekly EDM. There's jam-packed with tips, information. You've got to do it. You're missing out if you don't. Mick, thanks for your company.
Until next week.
Till next week.